know, people think respect is something you beg for, something you demand, something the world should hand you just because you exist. But I learned something out on the sea of truth sharper than any sword. Respect isn't asked for, it's earned. When I left my village, everyone saw a kid with a straw hat, a nobody, a fool who thought he could reach the top of the world. They laughed, they mocked, they pointed at me like I was some joke. But I didn't argue, I didn't shout, I didn't try to prove anything with words. I just kept walking toward my dream. Because here's the thing, people don't respect your talk, they respect your actions. Every island I stepped onto, every enemy stronger than me, every moment I should have died, I stood my ground. Not because I wanted praise, not because I wanted fear, but because I wanted to show the world that I'm someone who won't break. Not today, not ever. And slowly, everything changed. The enemies who laughed started to watch their words. The ones who underestimated me started to back away. The ones who doubted me started to follow my lead. Not because I demanded respect, but because I became someone they couldn't ignore. That's the truth you need to understand. If you want respect, don't whine for it. Don't wait for it. Don't chase it. Become someone who leaves no other option. Show them your strength. Show them your resilience. Show them your refusal to back down, even when the world pushes you into the dirt. Respect comes to those who make themselves undeniable. And trust me, once you become that person, the world won't laugh anymore. They'll step aside. You want respect? Then listen, because here's the part nobody tells you. Respect has a price, and most people are too soft to pay it. The world doesn't respect comfort. The world respects scars. I learned that the hard way. Every time I stood back up, it wasn't because I was the strongest. It was because I refused to let pain decide who I become. You think I didn't bleed? You think I didn't fall? You think I didn't have nights where the weight on my back felt heavier than the ocean itself? I did. But respect, true respect, comes from the moments where you choose to rise anyway. People started respecting me when they saw I was willing to break my bones before I broke my word. When they realized I don't run from stronger enemies, I charge at them. When they understood that I'll walk through fire for the people I care about, that's when everything changed. Respect doesn't come from perfection. It comes from enduring what others can't. When others hide, you step forward. When others give excuses, you give effort. When others fear defeat, you use it as fuel. That's the price. Not money, not fame, not applause. Pain, sacrifice, consistency. People won't respect you until they see what you're willing to lose, just to stay true to who you are. That's how kings rise. That's how legends are born. And if you're willing to pay that price, trust me, the world will respect you, whether they want to or not. You know what I learned out there. On the seas, in the storms, in the battles that nearly killed me. Respect doesn't fall into your hands. You take it, piece by piece, moment by moment, fight by fight. Nobody looked at me as a future king in the beginning. They looked at me and saw a boy with a straw hat, a dream too big, and a smile that didn't match reality. They laughed, they mocked, they whispered, he'll never make it. He's too weak. He doesn't understand the real world. But that's the thing about people. They only respect results, not dreams, not promises, not potential. So I stopped asking for respect. I decided I'd earn it the only way the world understands, by becoming undeniable. When I stood against enemies bigger than islands, when I took blows meant to end me, when I refused to kneel even when the ground begged me to fall, that's when the world changed its tone. Respect comes from moments where you prove them wrong without needing to say a single word. I didn't talk big. I didn't explain myself. I didn't ask for understanding. I just kept moving forward. kept fighting, kept rising. And one day, those same people who laughed, they looked at me differently. Not with doubt, not with mockery, but with something sharper, something heavier. Respect, the kind you feel in your bones, the kind they can't take back. Because once you take respect through action, they can never deny you again. Remember this, people won't respect your voice until they fear your silence. People won't respect your dream until they realize you'll die for it. People won't respect your path until they see you're willing to walk it alone. That's how I did it, and that's how you will too. You think earning respect is hard? Keeping it. That's the real battle. When you rise, when people finally see your strength, when they whisper your name with weight instead of laughter, that's when the world tests you. Enemies you've never met will come for you. People who never supported you will suddenly want to challenge you. Some will try to drag you back down, not because you're weak, but because you're rising faster than they can stand. Let me tell you something I learned wandering those endless seas. Respect fades the moment you stop fighting for it. I didn't become the man I am by winning once. I became who I am because I refused to stop winning. Even when losing looked easier, even when my body was screaming to rest, even when the pain felt like it would tear me apart. Every time I stood up again, every time I clenched my fists, every time I refused to back down, that's when respect stayed. Not because I asked the world to remember me, but because I forced it to. People respect you today? Good. Tomorrow they'll test you again. The world respected me after Arlong, then doubted me again. Respected me after Crocodile, doubted me again. Respected me after Eni's Lobby, doubted me again. Respect is a battle that restarts every single morning. So if you want to keep it, you must hold that fire inside you. The fire that says, I'm not done yet. I won't let up. I'll keep pushing until every doubt dies. You defend your respect by staying dangerous, by staying hungry, by staying you, even when the world tries to change you. That's what I learned. That's what makes you unbreakable. Because once you stop caring about being liked and start caring about being true, that's when nobody can take away what you've earned. You don't guard respect with words. You guard it with your next victory. Listen closely, because this part, most people run from it. Everyone wants respect, but almost no one wants to pay what it costs. Respect isn't built from victories alone. It's carved out of the parts of your life you're willing to sacrifice. When I left Fuchsia Village, I had nothing but a cheap boat and a bigger dream. I didn't know pain the way I know it now. I didn't know what it meant to lose. I didn't know what it meant to fail so hard that even the ocean felt like it wanted to swallow me. But I learned something on that journey. Respect is earned twice. Once from the world and once from yourself. Anyone can stand tall when things are easy. But when the world is breaking your bones, when your dream feels like a joke, when even your friends look at you confused, that's when you find out who you truly are. The price of respect, suffering, discipline, consistency, and the courage to keep walking while everyone else stops. There were days I was starving, days I was bleeding, days I couldn't even lift my arms, but I still fought. Not because I wanted to be seen as strong, but because I refused to betray the version of myself that promised to become Pirate King. That's where respect is born. In the quiet decisions, in the silent pain, in the moments when nobody is cheering, nobody is watching, nobody is helping. You suffer, you fall, you rise, and each time you stand back up, you etch your name into the world a little deeper. People respect me now, but they didn't see the nights I carried my dream alone. They didn't see the moments I cried. They didn't see the moments I failed. All they saw was that I kept going. Respect demands a price, and the price is everything that tries to hold you down. If you're willing to pay it, the world won't have a choice but to rise when you walk in. You want to know the truth? There's a point on this journey where earning respect stops being the goal. Because once you've bled for your dream, once you've survived storms that should have drowned you, once you've walked alone long enough to hear your own heartbeat grow louder, respect stops being something you chase. It becomes something you radiate. I remember the moment it happened for me. It wasn't Marineford. It wasn't beating crocodile. It wasn't standing on the scaffold, ready to die. It was long before that. It was the day I realized something simple. If you live with enough conviction, the world bends around you. Not because you're special, not because you're chosen, but because you refuse to step aside. People follow strength they can feel. Not muscles, not fame, not victories. Real strength, the kind that makes even enemies pause, comes from refusing to break. That's what respect truly is. It's not applause. It's not praise. It's the silence people fall into when they realize you're built different. When I walk, I don't walk for attention. When I fight, I don't fight to impress. When I speak, I don't speak for approval. I do it because my dream is heavier than doubt. And when you carry something that heavy long enough, you stop caring who believes in you. You believe in you. And that's when the world follows. Respect becomes a byproduct of your existence. You don't ask for it, you embody it. If they underestimate you, good. If they doubt you, perfect. If they laugh at you, even better. Because the moment you start rising, the moment your actions start shaking the ground they stand on, that laughter dies fast. People can ignore your words, but they can't ignore a storm. And when you stop quitting, stop bowing, stop shrinking, you become exactly that. A storm they can't look away from. Don't earn respect. Become the reason it exists. You know what most people never understand? Respect doesn't start when you win. It starts long before that, in the moments no one sees, no one praises, no one cares about. Respect begins with presence, and presence is built in silence. When I walk into a place, people don't react because I'm strong. They react because I carry myself, like someone who already knows where he's going. You want that? Then listen closely. 1. Stop apologizing for existing. People feel your energy before they hear your words. If you walk like you're afraid of being noticed, they'll treat you like you don't matter. But if you walk like you belong, even if your legs are shaking, their eyes shift, their tone changes, their mind adjusts. I learned this on my first day leaving Fuchsia Village. I had no crew, no reputation, no victories, nothing. But I walked like a future pirate king. My spirit arrived before I did. That's presence. 2. Speak less, mean more. I don't waste breath on doubters. I don't explain my dream to people who can't see beyond their own fear. I talk when it matters. And when I do, my words land with weight. You want people to respect you? Don't shout. Don't beg. Don't argue. Say what needs to be said and let your actions drag the rest. 3. Do not break eye contact with your destiny. People can sense when you're drifting, when your goals are fading, when your confidence is leaking. But they can also sense the opposite, that unwavering stare at the future you want. That alone earns respect, not because they like you, but because they wish they had what you have. Conviction. I'll tell you a truth most won't admit. People don't respect strength. They respect certainty. A person who doesn't quit is more dangerous than someone who's naturally talented. A person who keeps walking is more feared than someone who runs fast. A person who refuses to look down is harder to defeat than someone with a sword. And that's why presence matters. It tells the world, I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to conquer what's mine. When you start showing up like that, calm, focused, unmoved, the world shifts. People adjust around you. Opportunities reveal themselves. Doubters grow quiet. enemies hesitate. Because whether they admit it or not, they feel something in you that they can't crush, can't shake, and can't deny. And that something, that quiet burning force, that's respect forming in real time. Oi, listen closely, because this part, this is where most people lose the respect they almost earned. They work hard, they talk strong, they dream big, but the moment things get quiet, the moment nobody's watching, they drop everything. That's where I'm different. I don't stop swinging just because the crowd stopped cheering. Respect isn't earned when people see you. It's earned when you think no one sees you, but you keep fighting anyway. When I trained alone on that island for 2 years, nobody clapped for me. Nobody said, "Good job, Captain." Nobody bowed, nobody praised, nobody cared. But I still trained. I still bled. I still pushed past my limits. Why? Because you don't earn respect by asking for it. You earn it by becoming someone who deserves it. And that only happens when your effort stays the same, whether the world is watching or the world is ignoring you. Respect isn't loud. Respect is quiet. Respect is built in the dark. Every time you grind when you're tired, every time you stay focused when you could take the easy way out, every time you choose discipline instead of excuses, the world feels it. People notice. Even your enemies notice. That's why when I walk forward, they move. Not because I'm stronger, but because my consistency scares them. They know I don't give up. They know I keep coming. They know I don't break. So if you want respect, stop demanding it. Start living in a way that forces them to give it. Be someone they can't ignore. Be someone they can't deny. Be someone whose presence makes them step back. Because they know you worked for this. You earned this. And you're not done yet.